In this video, I'll talk about some fantastic news for those with modest incomes. Let's get into it and talk about what's going on. I know this is absolutely some wonderful news. I have all the information you need right here in the video. For the low-income and, of course, fixed-income recipients that I frequently discuss on the channel, this is excellent news. But to be completely fair, it might be much worse, as well as much better. Additionally, but I also want to discuss a recent announcement that has something to do with your finances, perks, and what you may expect to receive for the remainder of this year. Does that sound a little interesting? Yes, exactly. Before we dive in, though, I would like to ask a very important favor of you. Before I get into detail, let me explain exactly what's going on, and this news that was just made not too long ago, and what it means for millions upon millions of individuals moving ahead. If you haven't already, would you kindly click the subscribe button directly below the video to become a member of the channel? It's completely free, and you can join the over 500,000 individuals who have already done so. I sincerely appreciate your support, and thank you for it. I'm available to help in any way I can, including advocating on your behalf, answering inquiries, keeping an eye on the news, conducting research, and doing all the heavy lifting and labor-intensive work so you don't have to, and break it all down for you here in these brief films. As you can see, a lot is changing practically every day. New announcements, everything that's coming out at the moment, you name it. I want to help you in any way I can, so once more, if you haven't already, please subscribe below. I sincerely appreciate your support. Now, let's speak about what's going on in this situation. This is directly related to what the ACP. But wait, that finished. Okay, so it ended on Saturday as planned. You may have seen the previous day's video, but surprise, surprise, we really have some extensions here. I'm not surprised at all to learn this, which is why I stated this a few months back. It's something I've been saying for a while. If service providers come forth and say, we can't afford to lose millions upon millions of people who have subscribed to our products. As these service providers, we are unable to lose all of these clients. So we must expand. To your surprise, they are doing just that, but this is still to your benefit, so take advantage of their services and the savings they are currently providing if you haven't already. After spending some time viewing the videos on this channel, I've discovered what I enjoy. Free goods and discounts. I love receiving special pricing and discounts on almost everything, so why not? Seriously, that's what I love about it. My response is, why not? There are always deals to be found. Alright, so keep in mind the ACP, or Affordable Connectivity Program, which for a number of years provided inexpensive internet to almost 23 million families. And then it stopped as of Saturday, or perhaps I should say, the end of the day on Friday, because a few days prior, as soon as we reached midnight on Saturday morning, it was officially finished, and that's when they ran out of money that's running out of money. Okay, they're broke, just like the rest of us, okay. So this is a real thing. But nonetheless, the ACP terminated. But at the moment, there are a dozen service providers available, which I will mention in a moment. Aside from some of the well-known brands, there are currently 12 service providers offering low-income people disc-counted internet service till the end of the year. Yes, you read it right. All right, so as I mentioned before, just a moment ago, let's take advantage of this deal. There's nothing wrong with doing so. Now, here's the amazing part about it. The ACP program recruited 23 million households, but estimates suggest that there were really about 48 million homes were qualified for it, but only 23 million of them really took use of it. This means that 25 million eligible households never even used it. The reason for this is likely that the application process was difficult to complete and caused headaches for the applicants. Attempting to submit an application for it, I'm not sure why 25 million homes choose not to apply, but this is the reality. Let me mention a few of these major service providers here. This is by no means an exhaustive list. These are only a few of the major ones, like AT&T, Comcast, Cox, and what else? Spectrum, Verizon, are some of the major ones. They are extending this, so they are providing low-income people with discounted internet access through the end of the year. At this point, I would be willing to to guess that the savings provided by some of these service providers will vary. Alright, so regardless of your service provider, sometimes it makes sense to do this, since, let's be honest, switching service providers is a hassle. Actual as of right moment. The truth is I don't enjoy switching service providers. It takes a lot of time to play around with various pieces of equipment that I don't know how to use, so it's not like this is enjoyable. Not my idea of fun. Nevertheless, my point is that in my opinion, calling your service provider, whoever they are, and telling them, "Hey, the ACP ended, but I heard you got a discount cookin'," might be the best course of action for you. I'm sure they have something going on, but these discounts are going to be different offered on this occasion. If they say, "Oh no, we don't have any discounts," then I say, get a discount seriously. All these other people have discounts. Why can't you figure it out? Do something. The service provider that you have, whatever they have, whatever you have, they're going to have a discount of some sort, but the key here is to lock this in and acquire it, even if they pretend not to have a discount. Kindly, it's not a huge concern if they can create something, but my point is that you should call your service provider to find out what options they have for replacing the ACP. First of all, if they have no idea what you're talking about, you've got the incorrect representative number 2. You might be receiving the incorrect service. However, your service provider should be fully aware of what you're talking about. I would call them, speak with a representative, and explain that I am a member of the ACP Affordable Connection Program. They should know what you're talking about, so if they don't know what it is again, hang up, call back, and talk to someone else. However, if you state, "I was enrolled in the ACP and the program ended," they should be able to confirm this, that you provide a discount for low-income, fixed-income individuals who fall under certain thresholds. What more can you do for me? They ought to be able to connect you with a deeply discounted plan through the end of the year, so please take advantage of this. It's okay if you choose not to do it. I know that a lot of people will not even pick up the phone. In fact, I know that the majority of people viewing this video will not even pick up the phone. That's all right, I'm only speaking for those of you who want to save costs, because if the ACP was already covering up to $30 of your internet price, why would you want to take advantage of more savings? All right, these service providers consider. This means that the service providers are compelled to take all necessary steps to ensure that they do not lose thousands, millions, hundreds of thousands, millions, or even trillions of clients as a result of the ACP's termination. As a customer, right? Take advantage of the EXP exploit that I've mentioned a few times now. They might respond, "Oh, that's nuts. Okay, I'll pay you $9 a month," or something like, "month." Okay, that's crazy. They can work something out for you, but you won't receive anything unless you ask. I always ask for discounts in my videos, so why not? I'm being honest with you. It's addictive. When you start asking for discounts and see how much money you can save on commonplace items by doing so, it can become addictive. Like all the money you get to save and spend on it, it's incredibly addictive. It's items that you don't have to spend money on because you're receiving a significant discount. So simply ask when it comes to that. However, your service providers ought to be providing something again, if you're connected. With one of the major service providers, such as some of the ones I just listed, AT&T, I think, what was the other one? If you have service, there are the kind of large guys out there, Cox, Comcast, Verizon, Spectrum. From one of them, perhaps they've implemented this automatically, but once more, this is something I want to make clear right away. Just because they're providing these discounts in lieu of the ACP, it doesn't mean that they're enrolling you in them. Please give them a call to discuss this. Make a note to give them a call about this. Now, here's the thing. Just because you have a low income or a fixed income, or because you may have been registered in the ACP, doesn't imply that you will immediately be moved into an affordable or discounted plan. Not necessarily imply that, so if that's the case, I would call them and simply say, "Oh, I was in ACP." Alternatively, I might add, maybe you weren't even enrolled in the ACP, but you were eligible, and you never made the step of actually going through with it. You should take advantage of this because as each month passes, you're paying extra money for a service that you probably don't need to pay for because you can get it for less money. So keep that in mind.